Hello everybody, welcome to Nelson Family Homestead. I promised more content this week. I didn't know that the week was going to lay out the way it did with Tucker and his baseball. It was baseball every day this week. Practice, and then football practice started this week, which we're very proud. We love watching sports. Like I said, we love watching our grandkids play. So I thought I'd get on here seating. The tournament was over. Tucker's team did win. Tucker won his first hardware, which is a ring for 10U, which would be his last 10U tournament ever, because he will be turning 11 in November and will never play 10U again. But I thought I'd give you a tour or show you everything I've got. I have a 10 by 8 or 12 by 8 chicken coop. My run is 30 by 30, and there's a little nook around that side over there, which is 15 by 10, so roughly 1,000 square foot run for the chickens. And I have 21 chickens in there as of right now, plus 4 broad-breasted white turkeys. They're getting to the size now. They're ready to go to freezer college. They are. They're getting too big. So not this weekend, but next weekend we're going to try to dispatch those and put them in the freezer and whatever. But that there, you can see, is my duck condo that I've posted a little short on here. And we have one white call duck, but we're wanting to put some Pekings in there with her to have as meat ducks. We also have in the other half of it, because one duck didn't need that much room, so I boxed it in and put my New Zealand rabbits, which is mixed a New Zealand white rabbit with a New Zealand red, and that's the colors you get. The mama's completely New Zealand white, and the dad is a New Zealand red. So that's what we got. They've not been sexed yet. Still a little early for me to be able to tell. I'm still new at sexing rabbits. And I'm sure in the comments you'll show me how to sex them. I'm still learning on rabbits. But in this pen is just a barnyard mix. Every chicken in there is just a mix. It may be mixed something, like there may be some buff orpingtons that are already on roost right now. And there's some mixed silkies. There's 2 mixed silkies, which are my wife. She loves the foo-foo top hair. But they're mixed. They're not a particular breed. Now these in this cage, this grow out cage, is American breast. And they're a dual purpose bird. That's, instead of us doing Cornish cross, we decided to raise the American breast. The breast, you won't get a 5 or 6 pound carcass from American breast, but it'll lay eggs and rebuild itself. We can kill the rooster, dispatch the roosters and have eggs and hatch more eggs and have our own American breast and keep that breed going. Where you can't with Cornish cross. You order them in 6 to 8 weeks, dispatch them. That's it. These reproduce themselves and we can keep them going. But we won't have the big carcass like some people like. But we are, you see where we're doing a lot of tree trimming, a lot of bush trimming. We're going to build more pens back here in the back. You can see right here on a 7/10 acre. For particular breeds, I want to do like Rhode Island Reds, Barred Rocks, Dominickers, good egg layers, and stuff that people want around here. And Easter eggers. A lot of people want your Easter eggers, Dominickers, because they lay really good eggs and for long periods of time. And inside the garage, I talked in the one video about my carport. You see right there. The tornado come through here and blew my roof off the carport. It took so long with haggling with the insurance for them to pay for it, it rotted all the lumber that you can see right there. All that lumber's rotted. So they finally got the insurance say they would pay for materials, but wouldn't pay for the labor. So we bickered about that for a couple weeks, and finally I give in. So they're gonna pay for the lumber, and I'm gonna have to do the labor. So that'll be fine too. That'll be a weekend project for me and my son, and my 2 little boys here. They'll help out all they can. So I'll take you inside. Tomorrow we plan on dispatching some Coturnix quail, because inside here we raise Coturnix quail. I have some cages, but we're eventually going to move them out with the duck condo right there. I want to build some rabbit hutches in the next video. You'll see rabbit hutches going in. I'm going to build 12 rabbit hutches for our breeders, and I'll build our grow out pen for the ones we're going to process and dispatch. Then on the other side, we will have quail outside instead of inside. So, and we'll build a shelter over top of them where they'll be out of the weather. But they won't be inside here, because when I redo this, all this is going to be boxed in, and it'll be a hatching room where we have our incubators, sink, kitchen, everything, where we can clean everything up. Be a lot handier for us, and you'll be a part of that too. As well, we'll have some cages in there for quail inside that door to raise the little baby chick quails, you know, until they get big enough with feathered out, and then go outside. So that's the plan. It makes cleanup a lot easier outside, and you don't have to fight flies. You don't have to keep heat. You don't have to keep air. You will with the chicks until they get feathered out, and you take them outside. Everything's a lot easier. As you can see, we had to fight flies with fly traps. This top pen, I've showed in a short, is 8 feet long. It's 2.5 feet deep and a foot tall. The reason why it's a foot tall is Coterny's quail, when they get spooked, they jump straight up. So you can either build it a foot tall or 6 foot tall. Because if you go 2 foot to 6 foot before 6, they can jump up, hit your head and break their necks, and your profit's gone, because they're going to kill themselves. Now the bottom is our breeder cage. We got it one rooster per every 5 quail. So there's 20 quail in this pen here. That means there's, 4 roosters for every 5 hens. And you can see that I got hens that are laying good. This is yesterday's eggs. This is today's eggs. I'm making rollouts. This rollout here was made by Tucker. He wanted his rollout longer. I let them be themselves. If they want to build something different, it may work better. We won't know till we try. So this is also a grow out pen that has 20 birds in it. Has 4 roosters for every 5 hens. This is a rabbit hutch. We bought these rabbit hutches, or I didn't, Tucker and Dalton. We went to a tractor swap, or chicken swap, and they wanted a rabbit. These are Rex rabbits, meat rabbits. Their top weight is 9 pounds. This is a male. His name's Cowboy. That's Dalton's. He named him Cowboy. And this rabbit here is Milkshake. They was both born in March. So now she is hopefully bred. I put her in the cage with him one morning early before work. I got 3 fall-offs and put her back in there. I have not tried since, so I'm hoping she's bred. We'll know in 30 days. So the pelts, or the fur, there's a local guy here in town that buys Rex rabbit furs, and he pays top dollar for them. So she's a black Rex, and he's a split black Rex. So we're going to keep this, and I got a couple more Rex rabbits coming to put in the hutches. That's the reason why we're building 12. So we're going to keep the Rex. I'm going to build our breed up, and then we'll start harvesting some of the Rex rabbits to sell their hides or furs. And also rabbits, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but rabbits also poop and urinate in the same place. They pick a place and they stay there. You could almost put a whatever it's called for a cat in the house. I'm lost for a word. A litter box. You can put a litter box, and I think a rabbit would actually use it. As you can see, I put a tote under the litter box where they always poop. There's no mess to clean up. I empty that out every couple of days in 5-gallon buckets, and we sell the poop here to local people on Facebook, whatever, $8 5-gallon bucket. So we recoup some money for the feed, and plus we put in our compost pile from the rabbits outside to fertilize our garden, because rabbit poop is really, really good fertilizer. As well as the duck pond water. We save all the duck pond water. It makes a really good fertilizer, and you can see it's really hot in here. I'm sweating. But I'm dispatching. I had 15 birds up here that was ready to go to graduate to college, to freezer college tomorrow. And I have a guy wanting 4 of them. And I have some that some guys coming in from out of town. They want to try some quail, so I told them I'd have them some ready. So they're ready. They're big enough. They weigh 16 ounces or more. So what I'm going to do is dispatch these and get them in the freezer ready for everybody to try them or have. And plus we have their eggs. I just showed you. There's a lot of eggs. We get about roughly 20 eggs a day, 20, whatever it is, 18 eggs a day. So we get a lot of eggs a day. And plus we got more. We're hatching quail every week. Every 15 days, that's how long it takes for quail eggs, is 15 days. So every 21 days, I'm putting another batch of quail eggs in to have more quail to put up there to grow out. So right now, I just got them in a homemade brooder. As you can see, there's about 32 in there. And in our incubator, there's probably 10 or 15 more. They'll hatch out for another 2 to 3 days. My wife she don't want to give up on an egg. So we always leave them longer because my wife just cannot give up on eggs. She said that you don't know. Well, you don't know, but if you do know. If it didn't hatch in 3 days, it's not going to. It's not going to hatch. That's my experience. Now, yours may be different, and you tell me. But I'm sorry I didn't get any content out this week because baseball and football. And then Tucker got approached to maybe join a travel team. It's a pretty big deal. It's another state away. But the coach really wanted Tucker to play, so he offered to come halfway to pick him up. So we have meetings with that. And then, of course, I had teeth problems. I had to go have a dentist. And you see my jaw is swelled right here. Had to have some teeth pulled and had to have some stitches. So I didn't really feel like recording anything, and I want to apologize. I'm sorry. But we're going to get at least 3 or 4 days a week. We'll try to do 3. But my tiller this summer or this spring messed up. I couldn't get it to till, and I didn't know what the problem was, and we finally figured it out. It was a bearing was out. So we had it fixed. So we've had to buy all our stuff from a local farmer, Amish guys, and they're all organic. That's what we've swapped our family to, is all organic stuff, and that's what we're going to do here. Well, my garden spot is right there, right, all through right here. Let me turn around. It's right here. Right, old trampoline. That's part of the tornado damage. I got to haul that off and scrap. But all this right here is garden, which is, if you can see it, it's about 50 foot deep, about 80 feet long. So that's where we'll have our tomatoes, peppers, garlic, onions. Now corn, we don't have enough room for corn. So we buy all our corn. We buy about 40 dozen a year, 50 dozen a year to freeze and can for our families. And then back there in the corner, let me do this right here. Back here in this corner, see that building there? That's going to be, we're going to have a couple grow out pigs. We're going to raise some feeder pigs. I supposed to got some today, but it fell through. The guy decided he wanted to take them to a sale, so I didn't get any. So maybe some from the next batch. But over here, where the duck, I'll walk over here, where the duck condo's at, you can see on the duck condo, I plumbed it. So it's got just like we were having a bathtub. You come to the bathtub over here, and right there, the pipe comes out, goes down to a garden hose hookup. There's a garden hose. We can put the hose in a bucket or I like using a plastic jug with a lid, and we save the duck pond water for fertilizer. My wife uses them in her flower pots, and we'll use them around the garden. But this building here, it's no good. We're going to try to brace it up best we can, relay the block, and put a small pen out for our feeder pigs. We don't need them to move and do a lot because we want them to get fat and sassy, and then we'll harvest them to feed our family with. But starting from here, this is my barbecue pit. I do open pit barbecue. Used to own a barbecue restaurant. A lot of you that know me know that I had a barbecue restaurant. I had it for 5 or 6 years. It just got to be a headache. It's hard to find help, and that's just another story and a whole 4 videos itself and why we got rid of it. But we did. But from here, what you see here, all the way down to where the garden starts and where this big pile of brush is, there's another pile right there behind it. That's going to be for our special breed chickens. Or just one breed, that's it. And the quail will be built. You'll see the rabbit hutch goes right here on this fence line. Then right here against this building, coming this way toward me, we'll put the quail cages and everything right here with a tin roof over all of that. Looks like an open pole barn. And then we're walking around right over here to this. I'm sorry I cough a lot. There's a lot of drainage from this tooth where it was infected. But right here in this yellow building, the small yellow building, this building here is 10. Let's see it. It's 10 foot this way, and then it's 8 foot back and forth this way. So what we're gonna do with that, I got electricity going to it, but I have had the floor drain put in. So I got some people coming to put a floor drain in, which I'll try to get it recorded. And this building here is gonna be our cool bot room. It's gonna be like a walk-in cooler. We love to deer hunt, so that's where we'll hang our deer meat, deer carcasses, and we'll let it hang for 14 days, let it dry age, and we'll bring it out and trim it, as well as we will hang our own pork in that room. And then what we want to eat it, we'll trim it out. And then I got smokers. We'll smoke our bacon. We'll smoke our jows. If we want country ham, I'll smoke that as well. But most of it will be putting sausage or steaks. But we got a lot of room on this 7/10. I mean, I could do whatever I wanted to here. But ultimately, the kids are wanting to put a pool in. So that may be a video on itself, putting a pool out here for the kids. So we'll see what lies there, but we'll see. But I'll give you a little closer look. That's what that carport looks like. It got really bad shape fighting with the insurance company. And I already got the metal right here on the ground, 4 up there, and they're supposed to be delivering the wood this week. So I'll be recording some videos of tearing it down and replacing the roof. And you're gonna get on me bad because I'm not a carpenter. Don't claim to be a carpenter. I know just enough to be dangerous. When I say dangerous, I mean real dangerous. If it can be messed up, this guy messed it up, I promise. So I won't edit all of it because I want you to see that I did mess up. And I want my kids to see that I did mess up. And I want them to see it's okay to be messed up. You don't learn unless you mess up. So it took me 50 years to learn that you learn from mistakes. I didn't think that you could learn from mistakes, but you do learn from mistakes. I made mistakes and I learned that I made mistakes. I learned that I made a mistake by telling my kids you couldn't learn by mistakes. So I had to take a lot of words back that I said, you know, raising children. So, but anyway, that's our plans. You've seen my turkeys, you've seen my chickens, you've seen my quail, you've seen my baby chicks, you've seen my duck pen, the duck condo I call it because it's got indoor plumbing. This camper is a whole other project too. My wife bought that for a project. You know, one of them wifely duties that she wants done. And it will get done because hers is number one. But anyway, you've seen everything I've got. You know the plans and everything. So you'll be along for this long journey of building what I want. And plus we got another 9/10 of an acre, about 6 miles from here, that we're also going to build. So when we get done here, we'll move on down to the 9/10 of an acre and start there. That would be a lot different stuff. That'll be some cows. That'll be a couple years away, I'm sure, or a year anyway, because this will probably take a good year to build this out, what we're wanting. And I just want to vlog it in, let my kids see what I've done, what I created, because we're not all guaranteed tomorrow. So, but we love you. Hope to see you on the next one, and proud you watched this one. Have a good day.